Today's word is legacy. One of the definitions for the word legacy is a thing that's left behind by a predecessor. Did you realize everything you do at your work and in your life, at home, you are leaving a legacy. You're leaving an imprint. Every action that you have puts a ripple effect in the world. Don't believe me? Let me tell you a little story about a gentleman that started a restaurant 25, 30 years ago. That my family, and when I was just coming up and through high school and on until, now, got married and moved on, moved out with kids. And this gentleman that started this restaurant was one of those restaurants that you would stand in line and wait 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half to eat his food. And he started a very unique restaurant in Western North Carolina at the time. It's not so unique now, but at the time when this was started, to eat after church meant you ate fried chicken or you ate some sort of country cooking. That was our heritage. That was our culture. This gentleman started a Chinese restaurant and had one of the most successful restaurants in a very rural area of Western North Carolina for years. I got to watch this gentleman. I got to watch how he did business. I got to see how he managed his business. I got to see how he found the American dream and was excited about being an American citizen. And so he would bring people over from his native country of Cambodia and China. He would work with them to become legalized citizens. He would equip them with a trade of what they could do, and then he would give them seed money to go and start their own restaurants in Tennessee and in South Carolina and Georgia and Virginia and other parts of North Carolina. I got to watch this man and I was just inspired because here's a gentleman that natively didn't speak English, wasn't from this area, didn't have a network of people supporting him. He came and through hard work built a business, and recently in the last several years has retired very wealthy and very well off. But that's not where the story begins or even ends. This past week we lost the renowned American evangelist Billy Graham. And one day I noticed on TC, the gentleman who owned this restaurant, The Wall, I noticed a little article about him and his life. And it told the story about how him and his wife and his oldest son was crawling through the rice fields of Cambodia, being shot at by the communists and Pol Pot, trying to keep a very, very dogmatic and very heavy environment for the people that lived there, a very oppressive situation. Found himself in a refugee camp, just trying to survive, just trying to escape the communists. And one day, this white lady shows up that could speak Chinese, of all things, and started speaking to him in his native tongue and helping him and showing him some things he could do, and then giving him hope, saying, if you want to make it to America, we can help you with your refugee status. Come over, develop a trade, and get out of this situation. And he took that lady up on her offer. That lady just so happened to be Ruth Graham, which is Billy Graham's wife. He came over, learned English, was given $10,000 as seed money by the Billy Graham organization to start a restaurant in my native county where I'm from in Western North Carolina. That gentleman had a life that left a legacy on this person's life. I watched him as his businessman, how he managed his business, how he demanded excellence. But see, the life of Billy Graham left a legacy for this gentleman. And this gentleman left a legacy for this gentleman. And I've got friends that are posting on social media today about the connection and how they came to know this connection later on. You see, everything, you don't have to be as big as Billy Graham. You don't have to be a president of the United States. You don't have to be this superstar. Everything you do, people are watching. How are you conducting yourself? How are you doing business? How are you managing your life? What are you doing today? Because I'm telling you, you will leave a legacy. And I pray to God, I can only hope I leave a legacy like TC did with me. Today, Think about the word legacy. Be intentional with your life. You're not a wandering generality, but you're a meaningful specific, called from, for, and for the purposes of greatness. Leave a legacy that you would want left to you today.
Staying for